Okay, we'll get started. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः Is the audio clear now? Yeah, good. So last class we completed the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Generally, or rather, the real teaching of the Bhagavad Gita has not begun yet. It's going to begin from the 11th chapter. 11th shloka of this chapter, the second chapter, which we are going to start today. And so traditionally, the second chapter is chanted, not the first chapter. So I want to stick to that tradition. Not that it is wrong to chant the first chapter. Gita Jayanti and all, we start chanting the first chapter. And so we will save the chanting until we complete this second chapter. Okay. So we saw the mindset of Arjuna. He came with fire in his belly, and then towards the end, he saw all his relatives and friends, and he's saying that I cannot fight. What did he say in the last verse? He says, "Eva muktva Arjuna sankhye rathopastha upavishat na visrijya shasharam chapam shoka samvigna manasa." So he dropped his bow, etc., and he just said, "I'm not going to kripaya vishtaha. People are going to just get killed." And so what his mindset is, the dharma is to fight the war for a kshatriya. He takes the dharma to be adharma, and then he takes adharma, which is not fighting, to be dharma. This is called moha, delusion. So even though Arjuna didn't quite say, he did say things like Brahmati va me manaha ityadi. He said that my mind is as though moving around, confused, unable to fathom the situation. And so he's come to this point. And now in the second chapter, the first few verses we will see Arjuna becoming a student. See, the rule is this. So far, Krishna has been keeping quiet. When somebody is sad and they are expressing their sadness, we don't interrupt them. This is simple rule of listening. And you don't say things like you're wrong, it's not right to be sad. All these are irrelevant statements. That's why a good psychotherapist is one who knows how to listen. This listening is an important attribute of a mature person. And so Krishna has been listening to Arjuna, and patiently. And so we see that, and he continues. Here also we will see what happens. And what Krishna, when he even speaks all that, we will say what we will see. What he's going to say, everything you're going to see. So it's been Arjuna who's been on a monologue for a long time. And he didn't run away or anything like that. He didn't say, let's walk off. And Arjuna knew he was confused. Something is wrong. So he sat down, expecting perhaps that Krishna will tell him something. And because Arjuna recognizes, I'm sad now, not out of fear, but out of compassion. I'm sad but I know there is something wrong in my thinking. That much is clear to Arjuna. So let's see how this chapter 2 starts. So we can unmute one of you. So Deepa can be unmuted. Okay, so just chant. Everybody can repeat after me. So generally, these chapters have titles like Sankhya Yoga, and sometimes they will say Atha Dvitiyodhyayaha, like that it starts. So we will also start like that. Atha Dvitiyodhyayaha.
द्वितीयोऽध्यायः
Dvitiyaha
द्वितीयः
Adhyayaha.
अध्यायः
Good. Sanjaya Uvacha
सञ्जय उवाच
Tam Tatha
तं तथा
Kripaya
कृपयाविष्टम्
Ashrupurna
अश्रुपूर्णा
Kulekshanam
कुलेक्षणम्
Tam Tatha Kripaya
तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम्
Ashrupurna Kulekshanam
अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम्
Vishidantam
विषीदन्तम्
Idam Vakyam
इदं वाक्यम्
Uvacha
उवाच
Madhusudanaha.
मधुसूदनः
Sanjaya Uvacha
सञ्जय उवाच
Tam Tatha Kripaya
तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम्
Ashrupurna Kulekshanam
अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम्
Vishidantamidam Vakyam
विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम्
Uvacha Madhusudanaha.
उवाच मधुसूदनः.
Yeah. So Sanjaya Uvacha, reminding us that Sanjaya is continuing to narrate to Dhritarashtra. In fact, if you look at the last verse of this first chapter, also Sanjaya Uvacha only. So it's a continuation of Sanjaya's narration, which is the first shloka here. So here, Madhusudana Uvacha. Previously, we heard Uvacha as Sanjaya Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha and all. Here in the shloka itself, there is a Uvacha hidden. So right there, Uvacha Madhusudanaha. So Madhusudanaha Uvacha, that is the main sentence. Krishna said. So Sanjaya is addressing Krishna as Madhusudana. Not addressing, is referring to Krishna, calling Krishna as Madhusudana. And earlier we said what? Madhu, the demon Madhu, the one who vanquished, won over demon Madhu is called Madhusudanaha. So here the word Madhu, scholars interpret differently, and Madhu also means honey. Honey, and everybody loves honey. And even those who may not like to take honey every day, and definitely when medicine is offered, doctors says mix this powder with honey, mix ashtachurnam with honey, if he says. And ashtachurnam is not easy to take with water, and so when he says mix with honey, then we say yeah, sure, we can do that. So honey, everybody loves honey, madhu. So that madhu here refers to ahankara, myself, and that self everybody loves. And ahankara, that I is there. And Krishna is one who, as it were, removes that ahankara. The one who removes the ahankara. Why Krishna should remove ahankara? Without ahankara, we are nobody. And how can I be somebody without ahankara? Then Krishna says, you are not somebody. You are the whole. Don't you want to be the whole? Why limit with somebody? Yes, I know you have a body. You have a name. You have an identity. Yeah, keep all that. Don't give up any of that. But there is more to it. So such a person is called Madhusudanaha. One whose kataksham, whose grace destroys ahankara. And then once the ahankara is destroyed, it is replaced with a abhasa ahankara. Means the ahankara is very much there, but I am not deluded thinking that I am only this body, which is what we are going to see later. So Madhusudanaha. Then what? Then it says here, Kripaya Vishtam. See, the main sentence is this. Madhusudanaha uvacha. Krishna said, Tatha. Tatha means then. Then means when. Then means after Arjuna lamented like this, and then in the back seat of the chariot, he just dropped his bow and arrows and he sat down. After that, Tatha, then Krishna said, then what? Krishna said what? Idam Vakyam. Idam Vakyam. Literal meaning of Vakyam in Sanskrit is sentence. So, sentence can be interpreted as a group of words, or it can be more than a sentence. So, here it refers to whatever Krishna has to say from now onwards. Idam Vakyam Uvacha. Then told whom, that is mentioned. The first word here is tam. Tam means to him. To him. Without using the word Arjuna, he is saying tam. To him. Understanding very well that him refers to Arjuna. Arjunam. And Gudakesham. Tam Arjunam. Madhusudanaha Uvacha. Said. Now, every other word in the shloka, Kripaya Vishtam, Ashrupurna Kulekshanam. So, am I audible now? Yeah. And Vishidantam. 3 words are there which are adjectives to Tam, Arjunam. It's explaining what kind of Arjuna is Krishna talking to. So, Kripaya Vishtam. So, one who is seized by compassion, one who is consumed by compassion, one in whom compassion has entered in full measure. Wish means to enter, really speaking. So, as though entered and filled up the mind. The mind is filled with compassion, that kind of Arjuna. And so here clearly, compassion is probably not the only emotion here. And there is confusion also. Because compassion alone need not make a person sad. But when the clarity is not there, then it can bring about sadness. And so that confusion between dharma and adharma, not clear. So became sad because the sense of duty is very much there for everybody. What to talk of Arjuna in battlefield. So became sad. Kripaya Vishtam. And what? Ashru Purna Kulekshanam. Ashru, Netram, eyes. Purna Kulekshanam. Purnaha, brimmed with, eyes are brimmed with tears. Yeah, tears and showed distress. Because Ashru Purna Akula Ikshanam. Ashru means tears. So Ikshanam. So eyes filled with tears showing distress. So tears, what can bring tears to our eyes? So this ground red pepper. So you put that ground red pepper in your eyes. So you cooked, you finished cooking and all sambar, rasam, all this masala, kisala, everything was done. Then wash your hands and then you touch your eyes by mistake. And then suddenly you realize, realize. So that can bring tears. And it's not that I'm crying or anything like that. And it's just that I need to clean up my eyes. And so that kind of thing can bring, that kind of a, what do you call it, a foreign particle can bring tears. And ecstasy can bring tears, sadness can bring tears. And disease also, they can bring tears. Some kind of a teary eyes can be a symptom of diseases, which can also be considered in that first category of pepper, etc. Because foreign particles, irritants, all that cause tears. Okay. So here Arjuna is sad, Ashru Purna Kulekshanam. And then what? Vishidantam. Vishidantam. So we saw that Arjuna Vishada Yoga, we saw that. The yoga of Arjuna's sorrow, we saw that before. And so that Vishada is there, that Arjuna who is very sad because of these reasons, because of his compassion and so forth. To that kind of Arjuna, Krishna said. So let's see this sentence. Tam, to him, Tatha Vishidantam, who was thus sad, Tatha means thus, Kripaya Vishtam, and overwhelmed with compassion. And then Ashru Purna Kulekshanam, whose eyes were filled with tears and showed distress. Kama, Madhusudanaha idam vakyam uvacha. Madhusudana, namely Krishna, spoke these words. So now Krishna is going to speak. My goodness, we're all waiting for this for such a long time. And where is Bhagavan? And so now Krishna is now referred to as Bhagavan here in Bhagavad Gita. And so he is going to talk. Verses number 2 and 3, he will say. Yeah. So let's see what that is. So who would like to? Ajay, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's chant. Shhri BhagavAn uvacha.
Shhri BhagavAn uvacha.
Kutastva
Kutastva
kashmalamidam.
Kashmalaidam.
Kashmalam
Kashmalam
Vishame
Vishame
Samupasthitam
Sama upasthitam
Anarya Jushtam
Anarya Jushtam
Aswargyam
Aswargyam
Akirtikaram
Akirtikaram
Arjuna
Arjuna.
Shri BhagavAn uvacha.
Shri BhagavAn uvacha.
So we'll try to chant it together. I mean, together means longer, pada by pada. Kutastva kashmalamidam.
Kutastva kashmalaidam
Vishame samupasthitam.
Vishame sama upasthitam.
Yeah. So the upasthitam, we don't have to separate the words. So samupasthitam, we don't generally say sam and upasthitam, although that is the right way to separate it. Since we're chanting together, we should not separate it. Kutastva kashmalamidam.
Kutastva kashmalaidam
Vishame samupasthitam.
Vishame samupasthitam
Anarya Jushtamaswargyam.
Anarya Jushtama Swargyam.
Good. Akirtikaram Arjuna.
Akirtikaram Arjuna.
Yeah. So Bhagavan speaks now. Shhri BhagavAn Vacha. Now, Bhagavan spoke earlier also, if you recall. I can recall, and I think it comes in this verse when Arjuna asks him to place my chariot, Ratham Sthapaya Mechita, he says. And then, so if you look at verse number 25, so there he says, right? Uvacha PArtha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kurun iti. So a very short, very brief statement Sanjaya says that that Krishna said. So, hey Partha, Pashya, look at Etan Samavetan Kurun. Look at all these assembled Kauravas. That short statement is quoted as being said by Krishna, quoted by Sanjaya. So if you leave that aside, then this is the first time Krishna speaks here in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, Arjuna may be thinking, was expecting Krishna to be a little compassionate and say, yes, Arjuna, I understand your situation very much. And I empathize with you, sympathize with you, etc. All these words he could have said. Instead, Krishna is now whipping him. Whipping him. Arjuna must have been shocked hearing these words. And he says words like, where did you get this kind of idea? Where did you get this kind of weakness? Kashmalam, idam kashmalam. This kind of despair, where did you get? This is what he's asking. He's demanding answers from Arjuna. So, look at that. Kutastva kashmalam idam vishame samupasthitam. We are in a crisis situation. This is not some kind of a picnic. This is not a party. We are all assembled here. So many Akshohinis, we saw that. And lakhs of people are sitting here and waiting for a call to shoot the arrows. Vishame, in this time of crisis, idam kashmalam, this kind of despair, kutaha samupasthitam. How that has entered you? How you could be a despair like this, in a despair like this? You are a pretty good actor, Arjuna. You are a pretty good actor. You know, if you had done this kind of acting before we came to this battlefield, at least I could have said, Shabash, Are Bete, I thought you were only an archer and a fighter, and no, you are a good brother and you are a good son, and we heard a lot of things about you. But acting also you knew. Are Bapre, I could have given you good jobs and all that. And all this we could have done. Like that, Krishna must have said. And but this, acting like this in a wrong time and wrong place to talk like this. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. And we have all these white horses and sitting in a chariot which was specially made for you. And I agreed to be your charioteer. You brought me into this mess. And now you are telling you want to go back. You want to not fight. So that kind of a demand. That's what Krishna is demanding of Arjuna. And he says, Anarya Jushtam. This kind of behavior is Anarya Jushtam. Possessed with this Anaryatvam. Possessed with Anaryatvam. So Arya, addressing Arjuna as Arya. The first time I heard the word Arya was when I studied what is called the Aryan invasion theory in my school in Hyderabad. And they say the so-called Aryans who were somewhere in the northwest side, they came, hordes of them came on horseback and then they attacked all these people in this particular subcontinent and pushed them down. And those Aryas are all the so-called northern Indians of today, and the Dravidas are the South Indians. This is the idea that was planted in my head. And fantastic way to divide the country. And people are still trying to find evidence for this Aryan invasion. They are not able to find it in Ramayana. They're not able to find it in Mahabharata. They're not able to find it in the Vedas. They're not able to find it in the Puranas. They're not able to find it in Arthashastra. They're not able to find it in Raghuvamsha of Kalidasa. Nothing. And so, of course, then it is now proved that this Aryan invasion theory is a myth. Hey, everybody who lived here is an Arya. This has to be understood, because Arya is not some kind of a caste or anything like that. Arya means upright person. A person for whom thought, word and deed are in a straight line. I speak what I think what I speak, I do what I say. This is such a person has this quality of Riju Bhavam, and such a person who has that uprightness, and who is worthy to be somebody who is respectable, who is honorable. That person is called as an Arya. So they will say Arya Putra. Arya Putra, yes, you're a noble person. And like that, people are addressed. So Anarya Jushta. Krishna is, so if these historians want history, they should look at this Mahabharata, this Bhagavad Gita, enough. Mahabharata is filled with this word Arya, Arya Putra, etc. And so they can get this evidence 5,000 years ago itself, it is there. Anarya Jushtam. You are filled with this attribute which is unbecoming, doesn't befit a person of your stature, doesn't befit any Indian for that matter, but definitely not Arjuna. And you, who is looked upon by so many people and who is so highly esteemed, then what? Aswargyam. Aswargyam. And it doesn't, this kind of behavior won't even take you to Swarga. Because the belief is there that we are all going to Swarga by doing all these good deeds. It won't take you to Swarga. This is what bold statement Krishna makes. And then here Arjuna might say, wait a minute, I don't care about Swarga and all that. And let me not go to Swarga. So what? So then Krishna says, Akirtikaram. Akirtikaram. Kirti means reputation. Is the audio okay? Okay. Kirti means reputation. Your reputation will go down the drain, as they say. Akirtikaram. Why reputation is important? So reputation is more, we are more worried about our name. What other people think of us becomes very important. Somebody sent a WhatsApp message some days ago. What you think about yourself is more important than what others think about yourself. Yeah, true. But once in a while we have to remind people like Arjuna, hey, your reputation is going to go down. People will not will make fun of you. And we will make fun of you. So I'm sure Krishna must have said a lot of things like, after the war is over, you're going to run away. And people will then say, I want to visit Rishikesh. Acha, you want to do Tirtha Yatra kar rahe hain aap? You want to do this Tirtha Yatra? No, you heard of Arjuna? Arjun, jante hain aap? Yeah, Arjun, that guy who ran away from the battlefield? That Arjuna. I want to go and see him. So Rishikesh will no longer be a place where you do Tirtha Yatra. And then you go to Rishikesh, and then you land there, and then you walk around and you say, hey, Arjun kahan hai? Yahan par. And then, next, you have to go. the little 1 more kilometer, जाओ वहाँ, and वहाँ एक पेड़ के नीचे, and under a tree he was sitting, and he said he was doing meditation and all, but what a fool he is, and he quit the war. Like that they will be talking, and they will make stories, and Duryodhana is not going to keep quiet. All the media is in his control. Okay, and like like our Indian media. So anything good comes, you don't hear any good news in Indian media. Everything Modi does is wrong, and everybody is being persecuted. Like this we hear. So Duryodhana will do the same thing, and without a shot fired, the war was won. And this guy came, and then looking at my army, Duryodhana's army, Arjuna just got bewildered and then ran away. And no dialogue, nothing, he ran away. This is what the news. And Swamiji will say something else also. I remember him saying, he says, the media headline, Arjuna came, shivered and ran. That's what the media will say. And is this what you want to hear, Arjuna? This is the kind of behavior here. You think people are going to be compassionate to you? You say, I am compassionate. But nobody is going to be compassionate to you. And people will meet. In America, there is something called happy hour. Happy hour. So last week I Googled actually to find out if that happy hour exists in India also. So it looks like that word has come to India also. Happy hour means a time in the bar when they give drinks at half the price or some lower cost. That is called happy hour. And it must be a sad hour, no doubt, for somebody to go and say, I need to dose myself with this alcohol. But still, happy hour is there. And these guys are going to go to happy hour. And even all small recruits also will come. Who used to shudder thinking of the word Arjuna, they used to shiver in their pants. Even they will come, Arjuna, even they will say, they will come to this happy hour, 2 people will come. And one will tell the other, Arjuna came. Krishna brought the chariot. And you know what? Right in front of me, I was standing there. And he stood right there. And then what did I do? I twisted my mustache with both my hands like this. And Arjuna looked at me and said, my goodness, I thought only Bhishma, Drona, Karna and all these people are great people. And look at this young man. He himself is ready to fight. And Arjuna got really scared and he ran away. This is the kind of stories they're going to make up, my dear. And so even ordinary soldiers are going to make fun of you. And this is not going to add to your name. Akirtikaram. Akirtikaram Arjuna. So, how do we translate this sentence? This shloka. Shhri BhagavAn said, Shhri BhagavAn Vacha. Arjuna, oh Arjuna, Vishame, in such a crisis, Kutaha idam kashmalam tva, where has this kind of despair come upon you? Kutastva idam kashmalam samupastitam. Put a question mark there. Where has it come from? So there, of course, it is not a literal question. It is an akshepa, where means this kind of despair has come into you. And it's unbelievable for a person like you. That is the meaning. And then, anarya jushtam, it is unbecoming of an upright man. Akirtikaram, and does not add to your fame. Aswargyam, nor will it take you to Swarga. Will it lead you to Swarga? That's the meaning of the second shloka of this second chapter. Then let's see what he says here. Third shloka. So, Narayananji. So everybody can repeat. Klaibyam
Klaibyam
Masmagamaha
Masmagamaha
Partha
Partha
Naitat
Naitat
Twayi
Tvai
Upapadyate
Papadyate
Shudram
Shudram
Hridaya Daurbalyam
Hridaya Daurbalyam
Tyaktva
Tektva
Uttishta
Uttishta
Parantapa
Parantapa Namas Partha.
So let's repeat this third shloka. Klaibyam masmagamaf partha
Klaibhyam Masmagamah Partha
Naitatvayupapadyate
Naitattvai Upapadyate
Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam
Shudram Hridaya Daurbalyam
Tyaktvottishta Parantapa.
Tektvottishta Parantapa.
So is the video still frozen? Him?
It's fine.
Okay. So as though that kind of a whipping was not enough, now Krishna is using a very harsh word to Arjuna. Klaibyam. He says Klaibyam. Kliba. Kliba in Sanskrit means He Napumsak. He Napumsak. That is the way of translating this word. Napumsak means neuter. Hey, you're neither male nor female. Your behavior is neither manly nor womanly. Both kinds of behaviors are good. And a Kshatriya, a man, Kshatriya, woman, both are to be applauded. And men Kshatriyas, of course, we know a lot. Women also, we know many. Who can forget Lakshmi Bai? Who can forget Kitturi Chennamma? Who can forget all these women who led us to glory? And so sometimes I feel even India needs women like that. And once such women come, India will just come out of its stupor. Sometimes I feel like that. And so very important, because that kind of a vision is needed. That kind of a person is needed to just shake people up. So here Krishna is telling Klaibyam masmagamaha. Do not yield to this kind of a unmanly behavior. Do not yield. Okay. Because Kshatriya, your dharma, you are to protect your Kshatriya dharma. You are here in the battlefield because you are a Kshatriya. And we spent all this time planning out this war. And all strategy was all talked about. And now you are showing this Kliba Bhava. Kliba Bhava. And you are supposed to be a role model. And what else he says? He uses another harsh word. Partha. Partha. Partha is not a harsh word, really speaking. Partha means Prithayaha apatyam. Puman. Partha. The son of Pritha, Kunti, is called Partha. But here he is saying, you are acting like a child, a baby, son of your mother. He is invoking that aspect. So many scholars see like this. Look at the way they analyze all these words. Correct? And Partha, hey baby, you are acting like a child, a mommy's boy. And And so you are not that kind of a person. You are somebody people look up to. My dear, they think you must be the king. They think you are the king, in fact. And so you can't behave like this. And so here, let's see. Klaibyam masmagamah Partha. Hey Partha, do not yield to this kind of unmanliness. And na etat tvayi upapadyate. That naitat tvayi upapadyate, it appears as one word, but it has 4 words are shaking hands with each other. Na etat tvayi upapadyate. That is the way it should be separated out in order for us to understand this big word. So etat, this etat means what? This means this klaibyam, this unmanliness. Tvayi, in you, na upapadyate, does not befit you. It's not something that should be present in you. Na tvayi upapadyate, does not befit you. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva. Having given up this kind of a lowly weakness that you have, hridaya daurbalyam. Daurbalyam means weakness. Physical weakness can be there, but this is not physical weakness. Even though Arjuna did say samsate gandivam hastat, etc. I cannot even hold my bow and all that. I mean my bow. And really speaking, there is not physical weakness. It's just a manifestation of this mental weakness that is there. Hridaya daurbalyam. Kshudram. Kshudram means just unspeakable, lowly. And this lowly weakness of heart, weakness of mind. Tyaktva, give up. Having given up, uttishtha, get up. Get up. And literally also get up here. You know why? Because what was Arjuna's position? And what did he say in the last verse? And sat down in the back seat of the chariot, right? So that is why he's sitting there. Rathopaste upavishat, last shloka of first chapter. So therefore also uttishta, get up physically also and get up and fight. That is the implication here. Hey parantapa. Parantapa is an interesting word. So Krishna is reminding Arjuna that, hey, paran shatrum tapayati. You are somebody who have given shivers to the greatest warriors. Greatest enemies, they ran away from you. They were vanquished. You are that kind of person. Parantapa. Krishna is using this word to remind Arjuna, you are not an ordinary person, and you get up. Okay. That is the meaning of this shloka. And now Arjuna is going to say, so he must be thinking, and never in his life somebody told him, you are a napumsak. Hey, you are unmanly. And you are a baby. All these words Arjuna must not have heard, except when he was a child, maybe a baby and all, okay. But somebody, a grown-up person, you say you're a baby means it appears like an insult. And therefore, Arjuna must have been somewhat shocked by Krishna's response. And so this next shloka is coming up that Arjuna speaks. Let's see what he says. Okay, who else would like to say? So Vijay Kumarji.
Okay.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna vacha.
Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye Dronam cha Madhusudana Ishubhihi
Ishubhi
Pratiyotsyami.
Pratiyotsyami
Pujarhau.
Pujar Ho
Yeah, so it is Pujarhau and Arisudana.
Harisudana
So Pujarhau and Arisudana will become Pujarhavarisudana. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye
Katam Bhishmamaha Sankhe
Dronancha Madhusudana
Dronam cha Madhusudana
Ishubhif Pratiyotsyami
Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami
Pujarhavarisudana.
Pujahara Varisudana
Pujarhavarisudana.
Pujaraha Varisudana.
Yeah. So Arjuna is responding. Remember, Krishna is kind of just chided him, scolded him, and slapped him almost. And so Arjuna, the gist of this verse is, hey Krishna, you don't know where I'm coming from. That is the gist of this verse. Now, this interesting phrase I learned in America. Oh, I know where you're coming from. Like that they say. So initially I was confused. Where I'm coming from means what? You know I'm coming from India or what? Is that what you mean? So like that I used to think. Then, no, it's not that. It means, oh, I have been, okay, I know. I'm now in your shoes. I can understand. That is the meaning. So Arjuna is saying here, no, Krishna, you don't understand me at all. So this is the human being's basic problem, right? In all our relationships. One thing we want from others is to be understood. To not be understood is a cause for concern. So all these fights always say, you don't understand me at all. And so this you don't understand me at all seems to be a universal problem. And so here also he says, Krishna, you don't understand me at all. Okay. Why? See, Katham Bhishma Maham Sankhe. How in this war, how I can Sankhe, Katham Bhishmam Pratiyotsyami. How I can fight against Bhishma. Bhishma is my grandfather. Not just grandfather. I can't, I love my grandfather. Not that kind of grandfather. Yeah, he gave me a lot of love. And everything I learned from him is from him, Bhishma. And so many people have learned from him. And he is the grandfather of this our Kula itself. Both us and the Kauravas. And the guy who has made the greatest sacrifices. How can Katham Aham Pratiyotsyami? How I can return arrows to Bhishma? Bhishma is going to throw arrows, I know that. But how I can return to Bhishma? And Dronam cha, Drona. And you want me to fight Drona? I can fight Drona, that's not a problem. It's not that I'm afraid of him. But how I can fight him? Have you heard of anybody who's killed their guru? You are Madhusudana. He calls him Madhusudana. Madhu was a demon and you killed him. And even I can be Madhusudana. I also can kill demons. I fought with Shiva. And so therefore these are all not a problem for me. And he uses another word. Arisudana. Last word of the shloka, Arisudana. Arjuna is reminding Krishna that, hey, you are the one who killed all these demons. Ari means enemy, Shatru Sudana. All enemies you killed. Even I can kill all enemies. What is the big deal? But these are not my enemies. These are my own brothers, sisters, cousins. And he already gave a big list before. And here he just picked Bhishma and Drona. Because Bhishma and Drona are going to go. When Arjuna is in the battle, it is just a matter of time before everybody is gone. And so Arjuna is asking, how? How I can kill Bhishma and Drona? You are Madhusudana. After I kill Bhishma and Drona, I will be called what? Gurusudana. One who killed his own guru. Is that what you want me to be called? Gurusudana? Ishubif Pratiyotsyami. Ishubi here. Means with arrows. By arrows, how can I fight against Bhishma and Drona? And so this idea Arjuna wants to convey. And because Arjuna knows very clearly, and I want to protect Dharma, but killing our gurus and all is unheard of, and I don't want to have this kind of a name behind me after this war. There's the story about this king who had an assistant who would shoo away flies when the king was sleeping. And so this smart fellow, the fly was sitting on the nose of the king who was sleeping, and so he used a stick to hit the fly. Smart people. And then in the process, he killed the king. And so like that, you want me to, just because all these people are there, you want me to kill my own guru? This is this is the argument Arjuna is making to Krishna here. And Krishna may have said, Bhishma and Arjuna, Drona, they don't think of you like that. They're all armed to their teeth. They're waiting for us to start the war. Like that, Krishna may have said. And Arjuna was saying, yeah, that may be okay, but I have no right to make a judgment about Bhishma and Drona. And like this, Arjuna may have said. So all this, it's amazing how a person can argue their case. And so, but Krishna is reminding him, sympathy, empathy and all is important. A courageous person must be empathetic, must be sympathetic. Sympathy and courage go together, beautiful combination. But a coward, empathizing and sympathy will lead everybody to distress. And so this is what your situation is, Arjuna. A moneyed person must be magnanimous, must do dhanam. So dhanam and wealth go together, excellent combination. Power is there. Justice has to go along with it. Power and justice should go together. Otherwise, that power will be used for destruction. And so like this, knowledge is power. They say knowledge is so important in our lives. Knowledge should go with humility. Otherwise, then we will make atom bombs and these bombs to destroy humanity. How much knowledge is needed to make this bomb? And it is being used for wrong purposes. So knowledge and humility has to go together. And so if they don't go together, then we are asking for trouble. So here, Arjuna, this empathy is misplaced, and you're actually weakling, and there is no room for empathy here. This is what Krishna must have said, to which Arjuna is responding, I don't want to be Gurusudana. This is what Arjuna is saying. So how do you translate this sentence? Hey Madhusudana, katham aham Bhishmam Dronancha Ishubihi Pratiyotsyami Sankhye. Hey Madhusudana and hey Arisudana, one who destroyed the demons and Madhu and enemies. How can I fight against Bhishma and Drona? Katham aham Bhishmam Dronancha Pratiyotsyami Ishubihi, with my arrows. Sankhye, in this battlefield. This is Arjuna's first response to Krishna's whipping up. and he's going to continue, of course, Guruna Hatva Ityadi. We will see that in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokas Samastas Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshobharahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Satkamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om